Hi there guys, I trust this finds you well, safe and managing through these very difficult times. I know that we've spoken already a couple of times since we've been in self-isolation, some longer than others, but I sincerely hope that we've all found our ways in order to balance the day and stay positive in amongst what is a very difficult situation for all of us, whether it be socially, personally, and obviously from a business standpoint. Guys, when it comes to updates around the coronavirus, please continue to check in with your respective leadership teams, health authorities, government authorities, because they'll have the most up-to-date information for your respective geo. Guys, in addition to that, any business decisions that is happening within your geo, please continue to touch base with your direct reports for the latest on what those decisions are as we continue to navigate through the difficult situation which is this pandemic. Guys, on the flip side of things, what we've seen in the last fortnight since I've spoken to you last is an extraordinary amount of really positive stuff that's happening out there. And as I mentioned a couple episodes ago, the most important thing we have right now is each other, and it's incredible to see how we are absolutely walking the talk on that piece. Let's start with the guys here in the Middle East. Mansi and her L&D team are doing extraordinary things in ensuring that they're keeping their workforce engaged and involved through setting up very structured teach-ins, upskill sessions under the guise of yoga classes, book clubs, TED Talks, and professional L&D upskilling sessions as well. There is a fantastic framework. Those guys that have been participating have said nothing but amazing things of what these sessions have been able to do for themselves, both from a personal development standpoint, but equally to ensure that there's a good balance of mental health and positiveness as we obviously navigate through these times. So going to North America, those guys are doing some great things as well. They've uploaded some really cool modules on Workday in the form of videos where it shares how to maintain a good level of well-being and mental health through these difficult times, but equally some practical steps on how to manage through what the coronavirus is doing to our personal lives. So really cool stuff happening across North America. In addition to that, if we flick over to the guys in Europe, they continue to do their check-ins where they have a representative from a particular market or even one of the retail leaders from somewhere else in the globe doing a little video pop to the respective Europe strikers, talking about how they're managing through their tough times, what keeps them occupied, what keeps them positive. And these little videos are just great because it continues to keep everyone engaged and involved. And obviously, as we know, as we're all self-isolating, home, a lot of us by ourselves, those kind of little videos, little windows to each other is incredibly important. In addition to that, in APAC, Europe, and the Middle East, we've actually now repurposed the Live app. Some of you guys will have known it as Connected. Now it's called Travelex Connected, and it's a great little broadcast tool where we're trying to streamline some of the comms to those respective geos, to those respective markets. So for those geos that are clicked in, I'm hoping that you're finding that very, very useful by way of continuing to stay in touch with what's going on in your respective geos with your respective leaders. And then moving into the UK, Pete Marsh and his leadership team continue to speak to their guys, albeit they're on furlough. Important that they continue to stay connected because we are a family, right? It is the Travelex spirit that underpins that sense of family and community that we have out there. And it's great to see these videos, again, providing a line of sight into each other's lives on how they're managing through this difficult time. Which brings me on to my next point. Travelex Spirit Edition 1 is now out and it's available. No doubt a lot of you guys have already seen this, but it's available on the lounge. So continue to check back into the lounge for all the latest updates when it comes to what's happening within Travelex. But Travelex Spirit sits on there, and I know that Kate Kaywood and her team are working on edition 2. So keep a lookout for that. The notion of Travelex spirit underpinned by that Travelex family. It's with a heavy heart that I share with you. We lost one of our family members across the retail community, specifically from the Berlin Bears. Nicholas Staber unfortunately left us on the eve of Good Friday. He was an amazing sales consultant, always smiling, always an absolute gentleman on the counter. And there wasn't a year that he wouldn't pick up an award or two when it came to his performance and his commitment to the Travelex business. I know the guys across Europe, in Germany and specifically Berlin, are doing it incredibly tough. And I hope the good memories that you guys have of Nicholas is giving you some comfort during this very difficult time. On behalf of Travelex and the rest of the retail community, our deepest sympathies go to the Berlin Bears and obviously to Nicholas's family. So guys, a bit of a heavy note to finish on, but in the spirit of family, we have to acknowledge those good people, and hopefully it's times like this that continues to bring us all that little bit closer, right? Guys, you take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll speak next time.